This show is brought to you by Manscaped. Manscaped's Lawnmower 4.0 is the professional grooming kit for the male body. Use the code Chappy20 for 20% off your orders at manscaped.com. Manscaped, your balls will thank you. Yes, welcome everyone to the show. Big up yourselves in the chat. Let's get going. Press conference time. Brendan Rodgers has sat down with the press, with the media, to discuss the game coming up at the weekend against Man City at the King Power. Get your chats in live here. I'll read them out. I'll put them up on screen as well. And a big shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring the channel for this month as well. Please go to manscaped.com. Use code Chappy20 for 20% discount off at the checkout. Go, go, go. Your balls will thank you. I've got the actual briefs on today and they're absolutely snug as a rug. They are brilliant. They're absolutely fantastic. And believe me, they will keep your crown jewels in the right place for every occasion. Every occasion. Right, let's get to it. Brendan, listen to this. Brendan's told us the injury situation is sorted. We have most of our players back available now. Some still have short, fitness problems, but James Justin and Fofana are the only two out. Ryan Bertrand has made a comeback as well. He will be available. Johnny Evans is also available as well, obviously being out for quite some time with an ankle injury that he suffered from probably, 2-3 weeks before the season ended. So he's looking like he's going to be available too. Vestergaard is progressing well as well and looking like he might be available. We've had a very good international break in terms of getting players' fitnesses as well. And hopefully all these players will be available for the game against Man City. Brendan Rodgers has said this to say about Man City. They are an incredible team. They have the world's best manager. So it's always a huge challenge. Now we mentioned the world's best manager. Is Pep really the world's best manager? The previous result for Leicester City versus Man City that I really enjoyed last season was obviously the 5-2 thumping of them. That was the first fixture. A mad scoreline. Everyone was shocked with that scoreline. But hey, we were shocked with the 4-1 thumping by West Ham. But that's probably thanks to a Perez for getting sent off in the first place. But going back to Brendan Rodgers and what he said about Pep, about being the world's best manager. Could he do it at Scunthorpe? Probably not. You have to be concentrated. They have special talents who can make the difference. You need to defend well. You need to play well and get a bit of luck as well and take opportunities against Man City. Let me read what your thoughts are, first of all, on how the press conference has gone so far. It's good news for Leicester. Let's have a look at what you guys are saying in the chat. By the way, I'm feeling very, very good today. Not great yesterday. I'm not going to lie. It was a real crap day yesterday. But today I felt a lot better. Feel like Leicester will win this, especially with Scott Carson starting. Yes, they've had the Brazilian issues, haven't they? Edison in goal, and they've lost someone else, haven't they, as well? Who else have they lost because of the situation going over at the international with Brazil and Argentina got called off, and God knows what's going on with all that right now. But it looks like Scott Carson might be in goal for them, which could give us a good chance, actually, at beating them. Get those likes up, people. Winksy's here as well. Big shout out to Winksy's getting a laptop now. Thanks to the channel. Thanks to you guys as well for supporting the channel. We've managed to get Winksy all the way to getting his laptop sorted. So he's going to be able to really help out more now, as he already does anyway, but he's going to be really in there to help us out and grow. That's great news. If Evans can start, we really need him at the back. I'm going to read a little bit more out about this. Johnny Evans and Vestergaard obviously are coming back, according to Brendan Rodgers at the press conference. They have been coming through training match last week at the training ground. Evans has been on the sidelines with a foot problem since May, while Vestergaard overstretched his knee in his first full week at Leicester, but after playing in a behind closed door game at Seagrave, they will now be assessed to see if they are available for this Saturday's clash with the Premier League champions Man City. The good news is that doesn't end there. Ryan Bertrand declared available too. The left back, obviously coming in from Southampton. previous experience of winning the Champions League as well, don't forget, is going to be available from the COVID situation that we had. It's looking good. The good news, Ricardo Pereira also returning from a problem with a hamstring that looked like he tweaked 10 minutes into the final game against Norwich 2 weeks ago. He looks set to return too. So it's very good news for Leicester City. We was worried about Ricardo Pereira that it was going to be his knee, but it looks like it was nothing to worry about too much. And by the way, there's videos of Wesley Fofana training hard as well with that leg break. I don't think he's going to be nowhere near out as long as we think he is. If you go and check out Instagram and go to Ricardo Pereira's Instagram, have a look at Ricardo Pereira's story. You will see he is in training. You can see he took a video of Fofana working his absolute balls off. And speaking of balls, manscaped.com, 20% off, code Chappy20. Your balls will thank you. Big plug there for Manscaped. It's good, looking good. It's looking bloody good. Let's see what Brendan Rodgers else had to say about the break that could come out of having an international break sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. I think this time around it did. By the way, if you were under a rock and didn't know about the game, Belgium. Yeah, you know I'm going to tell. I'm going to say who scored. Guess who scored for Belgium? Dennis Pratt. The guy that's gone out to Torino has scored for bloody Belgium. Why is this always a thing? Like, we let Demarai Gray go to Everton, and he's got 2 goals in 2 games for Everton, I believe. We let Dennis Pratt go, and he's scored for Belgium. Are we cursed to move players on, and then they say, up yours, I'll show you what I'm made of? I don't know. But anyway, back to the break. Brendan Rodgers had this to say: it's building up over the start of the season. We've made a solid start, winning 2 out of 3 games. With hopefully players returning, that performance level will increase. What was important after the West Ham game was that we showed our mentality. You can't win every game, but you have to be able to regroup and dig in. We've got the 3 points at Norwich. The players who played internationals have gained fitness. They've come back fit and ready. We've got a really exciting period to look forward to. Now, like I said, international break sometimes can turn things around. There's 30 of you in the chat. Smash a like on the video if you can. I want to hear more from you guys. Please start Lookman. Now, we're going to do the lineups video tomorrow as well. Make sure you join us for that. That's always a good bit of fun on this channel. So we can do that tomorrow. And don't forget, we are supporting the women here too. We do the women's football side of things. As if you didn't know, we covered the first loss in the women's game against Aston Villa in the Women's Super League here on the channel. We did that on the weekend just gone. They lost 2-1, unfortunately, but it was a very, very good game. And for me, Natasha Flint was absolutely outstanding for Leicester City. So I'm hoping for more from the women, and hopefully cover the women's game a little bit more. But it was a debut appearance for me for the women's stuff, and I'm going to try and cover it later on down the line, more and more on the channel as we go. But back to Brendan Rodgers' press conference. Where were we? Lookman. We're going to see Lookman, aren't we? The new signing that came in just as the transfer deadline day hit. I'm really excited about working with Lookman. He's a top talent, and I wanted to take him to Celtic when he was at Charlton. I was aware of him when he was 15 years old. So Brendan Rodgers has been tracking Lookman since he was the age of 15. He has all the tools. He has a great dribbling ability. How he views the game, he has an eye for a goal. My hope is that this environment at the training centre will give him a chance to flourish. Hopefully he can find a home here. I have no doubt the supporters will be excited by him at the club. So Brendan Rodgers has been tracking Lookman since he was 15. That sounds scary in any other world outside of football, I'm not going to lie. Carmen, how are you? You good? Lee, I've seen thinking about this a lot. I think Paxton Daka will not do well this season. He needs to be playing regular games unless we play with 2 strikers. He's not getting ahead of Vardy or Kells. Now, you mentioned that, but I'm going to try and find something for you. I'm going to try and find... I tweeted a video a minute ago, and I want you to see this. Let me just find it. Just give me a mo. Right, here it is. Let me just put this up on screen for you guys. Add new window. Add new window. Okay, let's find it. Twitter. Have a look at this. This is a Patson Daka goal in training. Look at the overhead kick. Well, it's a more of a side volley. Look at that. Watch it again. That's in training. We'll do it one more time. Look at that. Cool, blimey. So that's what Patson Daka is capable of doing. That is what Patson is capable of doing. I don't know if you could see that or not. I'll play it one more time for people that have just come in. But here it is again. Float over the top, on the volley, bang, top bins. What a bloody strike that is. And if you can do anything like that in the Prem, we will be laughing. We'll be laughing. Hey, Vardy says, how are you, mate? How's it going, Lee? MP, how are you? You good? Smash the likes, you useless leaves of trash. Do you think that Soyuncu is missing Johnny Evans? Yes, I was going to move on to Soyuncu. Kags, if you didn't know and you've been under a rock over Kaglar Soyuncu, unfortunately, Kags got sent off. He got sent off, and I think he needs some support because a lot of people are calling him out on social media. Now, yes, I think he works better with Johnny Evans overall than Fofana, but regardless if he works with Fofana or Evans, that's his partnership. He's lost that partnership. He's working with Daniel Amate. It's a tough one for him. But then he's also been reckless for Turkey. He got sent off in a game 2 nights ago with a red card, a straight red, I believe it was. It's so important for a manager to be able to support the player. Okay, we're at a level where you can't consistently make mistakes or you don't play so much. If a player goes through a period of hardship and their confidence drops, support is important. It's difficult for a player that is playing in a squad that is competitive. That will hopefully keep you concentrated. It's important for managers to offer confidence for players when they go through a sticky patch. Brendan Rodgers basically saying, look, you've got to back him. If he's going through a bit of an iffy patch, he's been beat. I think he left dead in the water. I think it was Antonio that left him dead. It is what it is. He was phenomenal last season. And when we sold Maguire, he was an absolute rock. He just replaced Harry Maguire instant. Who cared about Maguire? None of us did. But don't turn your back on Soyuncu just yet. I think every player's allowed a dip. Every player is allowed a dip. And don't start me with Perez because he's had a dip for far too long. I'm glad he got the red card, not because we lost the game. I'm glad he got the red card so he's actually out for a bit because Brendan Rodgers wasn't dropping him. For God knows what reason Michael Brighton can't get in this bloody side. Now we've got Lookman. I'm hoping we see Lookman and more of Lookman than we do Perez. Hopefully, if Lookman can impress us. That's the praise. Let's just hope. Thoughts on his red card in the Netherlands game? I just mentioned that. Yeah, it was. His concentration's gone at the moment. His confidence is dropped clearly. It is what it is, isn't it? Yeah, I'm good. I'm also very excited for Saturday, says NPC. I am also very excited for Saturday. I will be doing the watch along on the show. We will be doing the watch along here. So please join us for the Man City game. Leicester versus Man City, 3:00 on the channel. I can't give you the footage for the game yet via the Playback app. I will eventually get it sorted. They are in beta stages. They are not ready for firing it away yet. Once it's got the green light to go, the Playback app, you will be able to join me in the Playback app and you will be able to actually watch the game with me with this kind of feed still as well, a YouTube style feed in as well. You can mute me, you can remove me, you can just watch the game if you want. It don't matter, but you will be able to watch the game with me on the Playback app coming very, very soon. However, I don't think we're going to be doing it through YouTube's memberships anymore. I think YouTube are against using third-party apps outside of YouTube taking viewers away. So we're going to have to do it through Patreon. So I'll be able to put the link obviously in here. If you want to watch the game, you'll have to probably come over to Patreon and you'll be able to pay to watch the game with me through Playback. So that's how it works. It's not pay per game. It will be a monthly thing. So you pay like, I don't know, I'm trying to work out a price with them as well. it's just, for example, if I charge £5 a month, you'll be able to come in on the Playback app and watch every game for the month. That's it, £5. But I need to work out the price, but that will be live. So that is coming very, very soon. We are the very first channel in the UK. That's all the big channels out there that do football content, AFTV, Mark Goldbridge, United Stand, whatever. We're the first ones to get it. We're the first ones to do it. So I'm hoping it's going to be a big thing. So until I get the green light that it's ready to go, you're going to have to hold tight, but you will be able to watch the games with me. That is coming. That is coming. Okay. So I'm really surprised that Sky and BT will allow that. That's because basically they've got a license where it's a bit like a digital pub, for example. So a pub, you go to a game and watch the football. The pub paid the license to show the game to the public. That's kind of what they've got. So, but in a digital form. So as long as it's not publicly a shared stream where it would look like piracy almost, then it's different. Like it's a privately invited group. It's no different to me inviting you into my house to watch my TV, if that makes sense. So that's kind of the loophole that they're using. So it's they're going through a lot of fine tuning at the moment and lots of legal stuff. So it sounds brilliant. It's an American company, and we're going to be the first to use it. So there you go. There's the explanation. Is Vestergaard available? Says yes. Vestergaard will be available. He will be available. Brendan Rodgers mentioned a little bit more on the international players. It's always a challenge. Our Belgian players aren't back until tomorrow, which is Friday. The whole squad aren't back until tomorrow. It's always a challenge, but you reset, then get excited. It's a brilliant game for us, so we have to connect back quickly, and we will do very first thing tomorrow morning. So international players, it's a topic that Brendan Rodgers is just discussing there. That obviously we have a lot of international quality players now. You know, we've got Portuguese players, Ricardo Pereira. We've got Belgian players, we've got English players, Turkish. The list goes on. I don't know if Perez would ever get into the Spanish team, but we have got quite a lot of international talent right now in this side. You know, back in the day, we didn't really have that. You know, back in even in the O'Neill era, we didn't have many. You know, there was Muzi Izzet that was like a Turkish international. I really wanted him to go for the England, position, but obviously he never got the call up, so he ditched it and went for Turkey. But yeah, we know we've had Emil Heskey and you've had a few. You know, Steve Guppy got an England call up as well once, and but overall we didn't really have that many international quality players, but now we have, which also brings a problem when you're trying to reach the limits of breaking that top six boundary, winning cups, playing European football, and your players also go on international duty. There's a lot to ask for from players, so they're going to get injured, or pick up little niggles here and there that keep them out for a game here or two, and that's all about balancing. And unfortunately, sometimes it's out of your hands. It just is. But, it is positive to see the injury news. It is positive. It looks like we do have almost a fully returning squad, except for your usual of, Fofana broke his leg and James Justin that's still out for that ACL. ACL, speaking of which, for James Justin, he looks like he's training hard, working hard. If you go onto his socials and check his stories, you'll see that he's also working very, very hard. And it looks like he could be back before Christmas, at the rate of this, probably end of October, beginning of November time, when we start seeing him really training with the squad and maybe get back into the side. I doubt it. It took a long time for Ricardo Pereira to get back to his best, which he is at right now. Ricardo Pereira right now at the start of this season has looked absolutely phenomenal compared to what he did look like at the end of the season last season. He was in the recovery process, still playing for the club. I think a lot of players have been in the recovery process. I think James Maddison has been carrying an injury for God knows how long, and I don't think he's been fit for God knows how long. And it's the same with Jamie Vardy. He had don't forget, he had surgery, he had an operation, so there's that as well, which probably led to the reason why Clichy Nacho was scoring the goals last season. Speaking of Nacho, when do we see him? When do we see him Panzer Naka? Brendan Rodgers has got a lot of fire now up top. Vardy, Daka is meant to be mustard. Kells has proved himself last season for me. He's finally proved himself last season. He was on fire. I think Brendan's in a position where he's going to be scratching his head who to pick up top for games. But please join me anyway. That was the press conference reaction. It's a very good one. I'm very, very happy to see that our players are back. I'm going to get your chats up on screen before we shoot. Please, please, please smash those likes up and please hit the subscribe button. Get us over to the 13,500 mark. We are approaching our next target. We are going to be doing the watch along. Don't forget that on the weekend, on the Saturday for 3 o'clock. But we are also going to be doing the lineups predictions show tomorrow. I've also got the Premier League predictions video coming out as well. My week 4, the Premier League predictions, I will be releasing a video tomorrow. Winks is going to edit it for you and get it out there as well. So you'll probably premiere that at some point tomorrow. So please stay tuned for that on the channel. And if you want to support the channel by any means, please go and buy something on manscaped.com and use the code Chappy20 at the checkout for 20% discount off. Right. Let's get your comments in. Let's discuss your comments. I want to see more of Vestergaard. Maybe if Cags doesn't too well in the City game, he can come on. Well, with Johnny Evans returning, I would like to see a Johnny Evans and a Cags reformation first before maybe we see Vestergaard in. But overall, I understand what you're saying. New signing, need to see a bit more of him. I just don't like replacing players that have been very good. Like last season, Evans was a rock. So was Suunchu. I don't want to see those lose places for a new signing, so to speak. But in terms of injuries, it was the right call to make with no Fofana in and with European football coming up. It was the right. So speaking of European football, we will be obviously covering the Europa League on the channel too. So make sure you join us for the watch-alongs on that as well. There's some really dodgy times as well. I think the Russian one's something stupid like a half-free kickoff in the afternoon. It's ridiculous. So make sure you stay tuned for the schedule on that one as we go. I want to see KDH. Yep. Another player that I'd like to see. Maybe Maddison does finally get dropped if he performs any those levels where he's just not this season so far. He's been very low rated by you boys in the chat. The tier review has spoken many a time. I don't think he's got out of the average tiers so far this season. So maybe we do see KDH come in a little bit more. Although I think in Rodgers' mind, Maddison is still the staple number 10. That's what I think anyway. I'm not I love KDH. I love KDH. You're from Nigeria, says he. Lee, who is injured still. No one apart from James Justin and Fofana in terms of long term. I think there's just a bit of fitness to get back now. That's all. But if you are going to the game tomorrow, have a good time at the King Power. I won't be there because I'll probably be absolutely knackered by 3 o'clock, ready for the game here. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm just dead still with this bloody long COVID crap. At the moment, I'm juggling where I'm feeling better and when I'm not. Some days I'm dead, some days I'm absolutely brilliant. So thank you all for coming in again. It's been brilliant to chat to you all in the chat. And I shall see you all on Saturday live for the game on the watch along if you're coming in. And if you're not, maybe I'll see you tomorrow on the predictions show. Or maybe not. I don't know. Just come in, say hello, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys, and all the best. See you later, boys and girls.